Hello and welcome to FPL Mate, your best mate for fantasy Premier League content for the 2020-21 season. My name is Dan and today we're doing a team selection video for Game Week 36, which is kind of an interesting one because Game Week 35 hasn't quite finished yet. I've still got, I think, 8 players, maybe 8 players I think it is, left to play in this game week, which we'll talk about my scores from Game Week 35, but it's going to be a bit of a bit part, but I will show you what's going on there and we'll talk about that a little bit too. But most of all, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to be doing for Game Week 36, the blank game week. I'm going to have to do something big in order to fix my team and just make a positive change to my team. Like, it's going to be really exciting and I can't wait to share with you my plans for the final few game weeks. It's going to be a big one, guys. Trust me. If you do enjoy this video, please do like it. I really do appreciate that. And of course, if you're new around here, please do consider subscribing as well. But before we have a look at my scores from Game Week 35, a quick word from my sponsor today, which is, of course, OneFootball. Now, for those of you who don't know what OneFootball is, it's a great app/website for all things football. Now, I personally use OneFootball, the mobile app, to check on lineups, scores from games that I might not necessarily be watching. Or even when I am watching them, I will still perhaps check the app, see who's playing where, kind of thing, see who's taken the most shots, see who has the most possession, kind of thing. So really useful for stats like that, but it's also got all the football news, transfer gossip and stuff like that on the same app, so it's all really good, all in the same place. You can check it out for completely free using the link in my description or in the pinned comment as well. So go check it out, guys. You won't regret it. So let's have a quick peek at my Game Week 35 scores so far, and by the time you watch this video, I would imagine that maybe a lot of these players have already played and you probably have a better idea of what my final score is than I do right now as I record this video, So 85 points so far is nothing to sniff about, though. That is amazing. It's an amazing start considering we've got 8 players, including captain, to play. So Mendy saving the penalty and getting bonus points, that was amazing. Castan a bit of a letdown. Trent Alexander-Arnold got the clean sheet. Shaw played the first game at least. There's points all over the place. Now, I do think my biggest regret was captaining Rashford over Greenwood. Sort of as soon as the transfer deadline passed, I kind of already thought, yeah, maybe I should have gone for Greenwood for captain, actually. I don't really know why I've gone for Rashford here. That was maybe a bit of knee-jerk, a bit of a mistake by me, which has kind of been proven to be true so far. But you never know. Rashford's got a good record against Liverpool, so he could still pull it through, pull it out of the bag. You never know. Let's have a look and see what happens. But as for my transfers, last game week, very, very successful. So obviously we took out the 2 Spurs players, Kane and Davinson Sanchez, out. Digne and DCL in. Already Digne has got his 1 clean sheet. Already DCL has got his goal and 3 bonus points. They've still got another game to play tonight, so there could be even more points. So overall, I really feel like this team is getting at least 100 points. We're gonna be talking probably like 110 points by the end of the game week. I think we'll definitely get back into the top 100k, as I so desperately want to be after, you guys know what happened in Game Week 34, where half of my team didn't even have a fixture because I had so many Liverpool and Manchester United players. I feel like I've got a little bit of payback now, a little bit of comeuppance, and things are looking a little bit better now. So I'm pretty happy about that. Obviously, I've gone with the super aggressive transfer tactic of using all of my transfers, taking out players who actually play next game week, because a lot of players have blanks this coming game week. I actually ended up taking out 2 players who would have been playing in that game week in order to be more aggressive. So it is going to leave my team in. I mean, to you guys, initially it's going to look like I'm in a bad state, but I've thought about it all. It really is just a really aggressive plan of action. This is not through lack of planning. I know exactly what I'm doing here. I'm going to be taking hits. It's going to be an intentional amount of hits, and it's going to end up making my team so much better. And looking at the score from this game week, this is what it's all about, going all in on Game Week 35 so I can afford to take a hit for Game Week 36. So it's a planned hit with the hope that I could do really well this game week to make up for a hit next game week. And that's exactly what's happened. And I think it's going to work out really well. So that's my scores for this game week so far. Probably a little bit better by the time we watch this video, guys. But let's move on to what my plan is for Game Week 36. And yeah, like I say, this is going to be pretty insane. So let's just lay them all out on the pitch and then we'll talk about it a little bit. So Mendy in goal, obviously doesn't have a fixture this game week, so complete blank there. We're going to have no goalkeeper unless I make some transfers, which obviously we're going to do. We've got a little bit of money in the bank there. We've got 1 free transfer. Let's see how far we can go. Trent Alexander-Arnold against West Brom, really, really nice one. To be fair, I think this could be a really, really good fixture as well, just for Liverpool having so much to play for. West Brom, not an amazing attacking team. I know they had a few good games, but now they're dead and buried, actually properly relegated. United. I can't really see them posing too much of a threat now. And yeah, from what I've seen, I feel like a lot of right backs have had some real success against West Brom. I mean, who springs to mind immediately? Cancelo had a really nice score against West Brom, didn't he? So you never know. Trent could do a bit of damage there. So he's definitely going to be one of the highest scoring players of the game week. Then we've got Luca Digne. Obviously, I brought him in for the double game week, but also with this fixture in mind as well. Sheffield United, the pure whipping boys of the league, the team that we're all going to be targeting for the rest of the season. I know there's not much season left, but 3 game weeks. Let's target Sheffield United as much as we can during that time, and that's exactly what we're doing. So another clean sheet, I would really hope in this game week, and potentially even goal returns as well. You never know. Corner maybe he takes, or a free kick if Sigurdsson isn't on the pitch, or putting in a cross, or maybe taking a shot. He's not been great for goals this season, but I know he's capable of it as well. And then we're going to complete the defence with a player who doesn't play, and that is Castagna. So Big Tim, he is going to have to leave the team, unfortunately. But I'm just going to put him there as a placeholder, just because I don't have enough playing players to put on the pitch to show you what my team would look like. I don't have enough players, I really don't. But like I said, it's all part of the plan, guys. Don't worry. This is not panic time at all. I know, I've got this covered. So let's move into midfield. Mo Salah, that's a good player to have. A really good player to have this game week. Arguably the best player to have this game week. I think if you want one premium for the rest of the season, from now until the end, I think it's got to be Mo Salah. Chasing Golden Boot. Liverpool all to play for. Trying to chase that top 4. Liverpool with 3 really nice fixtures. Starting off with West Brom. Of course, relegated. They're done. Liverpool, so much to play for. They are going to go at this. They are really going to want to get this win, So this could be huge. I really think Salah is arguably, if you want to bring in a premium player this game week and you don't have Salah already, Salah's kind of going to be the most important player in my opinion. So do get him. Do get him if you don't have him already. Moving on to Rashford. Again, doesn't have a fixture. So he's just going to sit there for a second before I transfer him out in a minute. Then Jota. Is he going to play in this game? I think he is. I think what's going to happen is that Jota is going to be rested in the game against Manchester United, or at least be on the bench and come on later on in the game. Of course, you guys will know this probably by the time you watch this video, but I don't think Jota will play against Manchester United. We'll see if that comes to be true or not, but I do think if he is rested against Manchester United, that gives him a really good chance of playing and starting against West Brom, and I think Liverpool will go with an attacking lineup, maybe even going for all 4 of their big attackers. So Jota, he has been avoiding points for fun recently. They are coming. They really are coming. I don't know when, but they really are, because he's taking too many shots. He's having too many good chances. He's been in the good positions too many times for him to not score. It is going to happen. There's going to be some big saves. He's been a little bit unlucky. He is going to get a goal. Trust me, guys, he's going to get a goal. So I'm more than happy to keep him in my team. I'm going to finish off the midfield with Lingard. Kind of gone off the boil a little bit, Lingard, but I don't know. We'll see what happens here. Brighton away. It's a difficult fixture, but remember, Brighton are missing Lewis Dunk. They're missing Joel Veltman as well. So they've got a couple of missing players there. Morpay is also suspended, so he's not going to be able to play in that game. So I don't know. Maybe West Ham will be able to get at Brighton a little bit with those couple of missing players, but at the same time, I feel like Brighton are a system team, and even if a player is missing, it's not going to make a massive difference. It'll probably make a small difference, but not an enormous one, enough to say, captain Lingard. I don't think we go near a captain of Lingard, to be fair, but hopefully he can get back to business. But I'm not massively convinced that he will, to be honest. But fingers crossed for our boy, Moving up front, DCL again, brought him in game week 35 with the intention of hitting the double game week. So far, so good. And then hitting the Sheffield United at home game. This is going to be very nice. A lot of you guys are going to be wanting DCL. A lot of you guys are going to want to be captaining DCL as well for this game week. I wouldn't blame you, to be honest. Sheffield United, you can just score goals against them. They're just the easy team to play against right now in terms of FPL. That's kind of got to be at the forefront of our minds. So Calvert-Lewin hopefully going to boss it again this game week, because it's definitely the right fixture for him to do so. He's got to be the standout player in that Everton side to go and do something. And Everton have been in good form recently. I know they've been playing a little bit defensively, but I still think they've been playing well on the whole, and they're clearly quite passionate about the idea of potentially, I don't want to say they're going to get in top 4. That's not going to happen realistically. They're probably not going to get in top 4, but if they can secure themselves a nice European place in the Europa League, then I'm sure they'll be very happy. I'm sure fans will be pleased with that as well, as an improvement anyway, as they push on for potentially bigger achievements in the future. So next up, Iheanacho. Again, no fixture. I mean, Iheanacho blank this game week, and then after that, he's got a game against Chelsea, I believe. I think. And then the final game of the season is against Spurs. Spurs game, I don't think. I don't think. Obviously, they can be scored against, but I think that is the only kind of fixture where you might actually want Iheanacho for the rest of the season, and it's just not enough for me. Iheanacho against one team that I actually want him to play against, which is Spurs at the end of the season, or I could pick someone else who I want to play in 3 fixtures. Triple the potency, triple the opportunity, I guess, to get some scores in. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. And then we'll finish off with Vidra, who only seems to get any points when he's on my bench, to be honest. He's been in my team for 4 game weeks now. 2 game weeks that I've actually played him, he blanked, and the other 2 that I didn't play him in, he's either got an assist or a goal. I think that's correct anyway. He got an assist last game week, of course. But on the bench for that one, but still, he's doing a little bit, and I do think he can get something. Maybe we'll see about that. Leeds obviously an interesting fixture, but guys, we're going to have a quick look on my bench. Forster against Fulham, and then a bunch of more blankers. Greenwood, Shaw, Cedric. I didn't want to keep Greenwood for sure because I want to keep Greenwood for sure. I want to keep them both. I want to keep Greenwood because I think he's the best value player at that price. I just think at that price point, around the 7 million mark, I don't think there's any better FPL asset in the game that you would want more than Greenwood. And Manchester United do have some nice fixtures after their blank. Same kind of thing with Shaw. Again, I like his price point. I like the player that he is for his value. I think he's a very good player to keep as well, so definitely want to keep those guys for those final 2 fixtures. Cedric is just Cedric. He can just stay on my bench as he always does. Maybe I should have gone for someone a little bit cheaper, but there we go, that's done now. And Forster, although it says he has a fixture, there is one thing, and that is Hassan Hootel has said that Forster is not going to be playing in this game. He's kind of confirmed that what's going to happen is McCarthy plays 2 games and then Forster plays 2 games. So for this game and for next game, Forster is not going to play, unfortunately. But, a good shout to play in Game Week 38 for Forster. But until then, not really too much interest there. So we've got a bunch of money in the bank. Are we going to spend it? Maybe. We've got 1 free transfer, but we probably want to make more than 1 transfer. Shall I show you what we're doing, guys? Shall I bring it up on the screen? And you might have to pause this one because there's going to be a lot going on your screen right now. Guys, here we go. These are my transfers. So we're bringing in Edison, Mahrez, Dallas and Wood. And yeah, you got a bunch of players going out. Rashford, Castagna, Iheanacho and Mendy as well going out. So 4 transfers. Guys, I don't think I've ever done a -12 before. Ever. I mean, I might have done when I was like a kid playing FPL. I just didn't really know what I was doing. I just took a random -12 maybe. But certainly since I've been trying FPL and, actually been okay a player at FPL, never done this. Never done this before. It's quite wacky. It really is quite wacky, quite out of character. But I wouldn't normally do this unless I really genuinely thought that there is benefit to me doing it. And I think the upside of doing this is huge. So guys, I kind of explained that last game week I decided to go all in, and just because of the situation which happened with the Liverpool and Manchester United fixture being moved, cancelled, moved, no one was really sure when it was going to move to, it kind of left me in a bit of a difficult situation where I was kind of going to be a little bit stuck. Coming into this game week. So I ever thought, okay, I can just try and play it safe a little bit in game week 35 and save my transfers, or I could just go all in and bring the players I want to be and aggressively attack the players that I actually really want for the rest of the season. So that's exactly what I did. I brought in Dina, I brought in DCL because I like their double game week. I like their game week after that against Sheffield United, which of course they have now, and I like the game week after that, which they play against Wolves. I really like that little run fixture, so I thought, okay, I'm just going to get them in. Hopefully they outscore the Spurs players that I've taken out. So far so good, and I think that's going to continue. You would expect that DCL outscores Harry Kane again this game week, which would be very nice indeed. And yeah, we're cooking on gas at that point, aren't we? So that would be really, really good. That would be really, really good. So we went aggressive there. But by doing that, I kind of knew, right, okay, I'm going to have to take a minus. I don't know how much minus I'm going to have to take, but I have to take a minus. We then got the news from Hassan Hootel that Forster was not going to play in game week 36. So that means I need a new goalkeeper now. Yeah, it's getting a little bit more tricky by this point. So I thought, okay, well, I mean, we can take a -12 here and get 4 players in, kind of do a mini wildcard in a way, and bring in 4 players whose fixtures have just swung in the right direction. Are they going to outscore each of their player I'm switching out for by more than 4 points? Because I'm taking -4s between now and the end of the season. my player that I'm bringing in has to outscore the player I'm bringing out by more than 4 points. Now, the fact that all of the players I've removed have a blank this game week helps. So Mendy can't play in this game week. Last 2 game weeks, Chelsea have okay fixtures. They're not amazing. They're okay. So Edison with 3 pretty decent fixtures, to be fair. I think he's just going to outscore Mendy. That's done. That's easy. Dallas, again, a player with really nice fixtures, really nice upside. Castane's got some tricky fixtures. Leicester have got some tricky fixtures in terms of the fact that I think that Leicester are going to concede a couple of goals between now and the end of the season. I think clean sheets are kind of off the cards, and they don't play in this game week. So again, Dallas very, very likely to outscore Castagna by more than 4 points between now and the end of the season. We go to Mahrez, a super amazing differential player who is got this explosive ability to really change your rank. And remember, when I'm being aggressive, it's not just about making lots of transfers, it's about making the right transfers, making differential transfers that I think actually are going to make a genuine difference to my team. Like I've said before in videos, like I've said on Twitter as well, Mahrez for me is the differential to go for if you want an explosive rank boost. Well, at least, you give yourself a chance of an explosive rank boost, because Mahrez, he is very capable of scoring 10 pointers, 15 pointers, maybe even 20 pointers sometimes. He's done it already this season. He can do it again. This game against Newcastle, one of the worst defences in the league. I know Newcastle are scoring a couple of goals at the moment, but they're still conceding a lot of goals. Man City, really good team. Mahrez has been rested for a while now. He's going to have to come back into the team. He's going to have to be fit. He's going to have to be ready to go, ready for the Champions League final. He's got to get some game time between now and the end of the season. This is a great time to bring him back into the first 11 and watch him explode. See what he does. He'll be on free kicks. He'll be on penalties. He'll be doing the business. He'll be cutting in from that right-hand side and scoring goals because he's a fantastic football player. He's proven that, not just in the Premier League, in the Champions League as well. He's doing so well. So, Mahrez, gonna be an insane player. And I honestly believe Mahrez, as an FPL asset, when he actually starts a game, he is as good as any premium player. The thing always is he going to start? Is he going to be rested? If you can predict when he's going to start, and I think having missed the last 2 Premier League games, I think now is a good opportunity for him to start. I think he's going to come on, he's going to be a starter, and basically be the equivalent of a Salah, be the equivalent of a Harry Kane in this really nice fixture. He is a premium player at a lower price just because of his rotation risk. If you're happy to take a risk, which I am, I want to boost my rank, I'm going to take a few risks. Let's see how they go. Then yeah, let's go for him. Why not? And then finally, you see up front, we've got Wood. Now, Wood is kind of an interesting one because I'm not actually 100% sure on this one yet. I've got a few options, and basically I'm between Bamford, which would, by my own admission, be the boring pick, because Bamford has got really high ownership anyway, so it's not really enough differential for me to make a difference. And I do want, like I say, I want to take a couple of risks. We've got Antonio, who I do actually really like the look of for the next 3 fixtures, I really do. And then we've got Wood, who has got Leeds this game week, Liverpool next game week, which I'm not so keen on, but Wood, of course, finishes off with Sheffield United. Now, Chris Wood, he's kind of gone really under the radar, and I urge you, if you have access to stats, even if you could just check the FPL website, check out Wood's scores recently, check out the amount he's been shooting recently, check out how many shots in the box, how many big chances, how many goals and assists and everything that he's had. He is matching Iheanacho right now, but no one looks at Wood because Wood is playing for Burnley. It's kind of an unfashionable team, he's kind of an unfashionable player. His output right now is the exact same as Iheanacho. So who better to replace Iheanacho with than someone with the same output as him, but with one more fixture, literally 50% more fixtures, a better run of fixtures, the amazing fixture against Sheffield United in the final game week, and this game against Leeds I think could be pretty good as well. I think this is just a great opportunity to go for, again, a real differential, 3.5% own. Not a lot of people are going in on Wood. Like I say, he's not fashionable. He's not a fashionable player. We spoke about him a few weeks ago in a differential video. He's just gone on and scored more and more goals since then. I think he scored a hat-trick in a week after I first noted him as a differential. So he's always been a player I've been interested in. He has been a player that I'm keeping a very close eye on, and I think now is the time to bring him in. Before I wasn't really sure who do I remove? Who do I remove to get Wood in my team? Now I've got an opportunity by taking out Iheanacho, and I've got Wood, and yeah, I think he's going to have a really, really strong end to this season. I really do think that he's got every possibility to do that. Leeds is an interesting fixture because although Leeds have been performing quite well defensively against the tougher teams, they slipped up and conceded 2 goals against Brighton. Brighton could have actually scored more goals in that game against Leeds, to be honest. So I wonder if Leeds is kind of defensive improvement, and they have had a general improvement, but I wonder if part of that is to do with the oppositions that they've faced and kind of adjusting their tactics against the tougher, the big oppositions. And then when they're playing some of the weaker teams, or who they perceive to be weaker teams, they'll be a bit more looser, a little bit more attacking, a little bit more open and ready to play some football. I wonder if there's a little bit of that going on, and if so, Burnley are scoring a lot of goals, or should I say more specifically, Chris Wood is scoring a lot of goals. 5 or 6 in the last 5 game weeks. It's absolutely insane. He's got a goal return in 7 of his previous 8 game weeks. He's on fire. People aren't talking about him. Well, you know what? We'll talk about him right here, and I'll put my money where my mouth is, and I'll put him in my team. I'm taking the -12. I'm putting my money where my mouth is on so many fronts. And I really think these players are going to outscore the players that I brought out by far more than 12 points. So we won't even be thinking about the -12 points even by the end of this game week. And while a lot of people are kind of scared to make these transfers, they want to play things safe, and therefore they'll miss out on all of the best players. Or because most people will say, well, I have to choose one. I have to choose one out of Dallas, or do I go for Mahrez, or do I go for Wood, or do I go for whoever? I'm just saying, okay, whatever. I'm going to take all 4, and they're all going to smash it in the next 3 game weeks. And hopefully I'll be very, very happy, a very, very happy chappy by the end of it. But we'll see. All is to be seen. But I'm feeling pretty happy. And you know what? Doing a mini wildcard, taking a -12, it is scary. But at the same time, it is so exciting. It's so exciting to revolutionise your team, where you're actually putting your money where your mouth is. You're actually, taking a minor sacrifice in the short term in order to hope for long-term gains. It's gambling in a way, isn't it? So I'm gambling with my points a little bit, but I'm pretty confident with the hand that I've been dealt. Or the hand that I'm dealing. I don't know where this analogy is going, to be honest. Very quickly on captains, guys. Mo Salah is kind of the obvious captain. I'm just going to slap the armband on him for now. Don't think we need to think about this too much. Obviously, I could consider DCL, so we'll put vice captain on DCL. And Mahrez is obviously a captain option in my team as well. Maybe Trent Alexander-Arnold. But I do think Salah is kind of the one that I want to go for here, really. Unless he gets injured or something like that. DCL is obviously a choice. Mahrez, I would probably like to captain as well, but there's no guarantee that he'll actually start. Although I'm really confident that he will start, I can't guarantee it, which would be a bit of an issue. But yes, guys, I speak about these players that I'm bringing in and such like that in other videos that I've made this week. So if you want a more explanation of why I'm going for the players that I'm going for, what other kind of players I was considering during my whole thought process, then do check out some of the other videos I've made this week, because I speak a lot about these kind of players as well. So have a look at that. But aside from that, guys, that is the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate all your support recently and your kind comments as well. Do like the video. If you do like the video, please do subscribe. If you want to subscribe, I'll really appreciate that too. And we'll talk about my team in maybe a little bit more detail, kind of my longer term plans in tomorrow's deadline stream. So do join me then, 1 hour before the deadline. I'll see you then, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later, mates. Bye bye.